while I'm doing the alarm and doing all the electrics and that, I've decided to take this piece of the headlining out. I'm going to recover it. I just thought I'd do that was there. And I was going to take these A-pillars out as well, but they appear, I'm not quite sure how, but they appear to go right down. So our plan to take them out to recover them has been thwarted. So my next idea is I'm going to try and do it in place. We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. So wish me luck on that one, because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to glue it and everything else in place. But I will get there. I will do it somehow. I'm also putting a dash cam in while I've got it all open as well, so I'll put some wiring in for that. And that'll come down to the fuse box down here, so it's all building up a little bit. I've done no more to the alarm yet. I'm going to carry on with that a little later, but because it's raining, you know, you want the doors open and everything so you can get in and out, which it's a bit of a pain. But tomorrow apparently it's going to be a nice day again, so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to carry on and concentrate on the headlining, something I can do in the garage. And then everything sort of starts coming back together again, doesn't it? We haven't had the stereo hasn't arrived yet, so apparently that's coming by Amazon. And the last time I checked today, it said it's going to come by 10 o'clock tonight, so I won't be doing that today, will I? So for the minute, I think we're on the headlining, so we'll go in the garage now. So here we are in the garage, and this is the headlining that we're going to be working with. You know, it's just a bit old. There's nothing wrong with it. It's all got its shape and everything. It's not damaged, but you know, it's just a bit dirty around the edges and all that. And I got all that extra suede over there from doing the sander, so I thought, well, why not? And it's going to have a piece cut out here, and that's what I'll use for the A-pillars. Really ain't sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll do it somehow. I'm going to have to mask up a lot of the area so I don't get glue anywhere. But where there's a will, there's a way, you know. Okay, this is going to be quite challenging, I think, really. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it in very small sections. But I've only got one piece big enough to do it all. So I'm going to start at this area, and I think I'm going to glue it. And then bring that over. I think it'll be alright. I'm just a bit nervous about doing it at the moment, but I'm sure we will be fine. I wreck it, don't I? Right, that's the first nervy bit over and done with. Try my hardest not to get any glue on areas that the carpet might touch at a later stage, but we'll double check that as we go along. So this is really quite nervy sort of. Always making sure your hands are really clean. my, we're in a little bit of a dilemma. We might be running out of glue. Trip to Screwfix tomorrow, maybe. Well, we're running out of the adhesive glue, as I just said, but V's going to come to the rescue. She's going to run in and get me some more. It's just a sort of dilemma situation there. Let's see how much of this we can get done. We'll get a genuine reaction from her when she comes out and sees this.
I think a sunny day.
So.
Yeah, well, now you've started.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's going to look alright, isn't it?
I mean, obviously, it's like big cut up. In the van, you look at it when it's where they.
It don't look very big.
No, it don't. But
it's that used everything, is it?
Yeah, suede. Yeah. The inner bit, I'm gonna do the A-pillars.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to do them in place.
Right.
So, have we got any old wallpaper? What I'll do is a wallpaper around everywhere, so I can just do it.
What's your can look like?
Right.
All spray stuff.
Yeah, it's just the yellow.
The yellow.
Is it one with you or?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this tool is absolutely amazing. Obviously a bit different when you're doing something like this because it's very soft, but it does help you go right over everything. Do have to use your fingers a lot on something that's contoured. It does help you with the long straights. Well, that is it until V comes back, so let's see how much I can get down at this point. And then again, making sure my hands are very, very clean. Sometimes you'll see a crease in it as well. Don't worry, because if you pull it as you're doing it, it will come out. And the suede does stretch, not very much, not like stretch carpet, but you can work it, and more often than not, you'll get it to do what you want it to do. I did a craft a roof once in suede. My God, was that hard. But we did it. I think it's before I was making videos, really. Which is a shame, because that would have been interesting to watch. It's going to stress out, bro. So that's about the point where we're going to sort of say, right, no more. We're just going to ruin it, so we'll come back when V's got the glue. Look at that. She's a hero, isn't she? She's gone and got me 3 cans. Only need 1 for the minute. 2 spare, because you never know when the next job is going to require some glue. Believe me, especially in this workshop, garage, whatever you want to call it. Right, so I'm going to do the last little bit. I'm just going to throw all these away now. I'm just trying to get dregs out of them, innit? Right, off we go again. Think very carefully about what we're doing. Because once you've stopped for a little while, you can lose concentration, can't you? Don't matter how big your garage is, you always want more. Bit of an awkward weight, this. The last bit's working out exactly where I don't want to waste any material if I can help it. I shouldn't have gone quite that far, should I? So, but you do these things occasionally. Right. First thing we want to be doing is protecting this beautiful surface that we've already created. So we don't want to get any spray, do we? If anyone's going to have a crease, this will be the place. And you're going to just work it just a little bit. And there you go, see, I've got the crease appears there. It's soon gone. It may have to glue a bit more of this as well, because it's always hard to know what you've glued. You've got this big good bit of material. Looking good. And I know you can't really see much yet, can you? It's like an ugly duckling. It's like an ugly duckling that's going to turn into a swan. We hope. About this point in time, we're going to have to flip him over. And I want to make sure there's no glue. A little bit of glue there, so I'm going to try find a bit of card on it. It's not sticking stuff, that's not a problem. Now this bit of material in the middle is going to do the A-pillars. And anything else we need that's not too big. I think I'm going to have to, there's some other bits I want to do on the van. One is going to be a proper headboard on the bed, which I think will do the same material as well. So I'm going to have to order some more. That will be a little bit later on though. It certainly won't be in the next couple of weeks. And that's why I said you're going to be very, very careful. See that? Just on the end there. Just going to cut that piece out because I don't want that gluing on anything else. And I suppose I was going to put this out with the same video as the alarm. Total closure. Total closure? Remote central locking, what am I saying? But I think I'll just do this as a separate video because I don't know what you think, but sometimes I think seeing just normal people do stuff like this, it gives you confidence to have a go on your own. And I think that's what this should be about. It should be about giving you guys the belief that if I can do it, you can do it. It's not that hard. Now, all I'm going to do now is I'm looking for anywhere that's not stuck properly. You can see that, you know, you just go around the edges. We're going to put a little bit of glue. There you are, that just there. Just needs a little bit of glue there before we start bringing it up over. A little tiny bit there. It's better to pick faultiest work now than realise at a later stage. Oh, there's a little bit there. That. Be very careful when we do that edge because there's not a lot there to do. A little bit there. Majority of it feels pretty good then. But as we're working round, we'll get all that sorted out. So we'll get that done, and that will be us for tonight before we put it back in. Like I said earlier on the video, that will be for the alarm. It's gone 6 o'clock, well, it's 6:30 now. So by the time I've done this, it's Saturday night. Time to relax a bit, I think. So, where do we start? I think we're going to start in the middle. We'll start bringing it up over there. And we'll work around. So, bit of card. We just don't want any glue anywhere we don't want it. We've got these big pieces here. Now, incidentally, all this card has come from another project I'm about to. I said about to do. I've got so many things going on, different little things I want to do. I start wondering when I'm going to do them all. But I want to convert the vans at the moment. Got just normal bottles, gas bottles, and I bought gas low. You probably heard of it, and it just means we can fill up the van at certain petrol stations. So it makes it a little bit easier. And if we're going to use this one a bit more seriously, they make it a bit cheaper as well. It's not the best on fuel economy. Definitely not the best on fuel economy. But if we can make other areas a bit cheaper, then it all starts being worthwhile, doesn't it? Right. What have I done with the glue? Can you see, guys? What did I do with that? I'm putting stuff down, don't know what I'm doing with it. Right in the hand, don't I? How many times do I do this? There it is. Put it down, knock it off the knife. And that's another project I want to get done, is this garage. We'll get it sorted at some stage. Right, so you notice I've not cut any hose out yet. I will do that at the very, very end. Or will I? No, I think I'll get all the edges done first and then we'll come back to the hose. That one there is obviously going to have to be filtered over. So we'll just get me guide hardboard a bit, so it saves me overspraying too much. Yeah, don't go right to the corner. It should be enough to save it, pull it back. And that's how we're going to work it all round. Now I'm not going to bore you, I'm just going to get on and do this and put it in fast forward or whatever, just so you can see it happening. Okay, so there we are. Battery's running low, I'm running low. Before I do any more trimming, I'm going to let it glue overnight. I'm just going to go around one last time. That's what everything is. Down. Do this just as neat as you can, but remember, don't panic too much. Well, don't be lax, but don't panic thinking it's going to be absolutely perfect, because you're not going to see this, are you? This is just the edges behind. Now, we're not going to glue anywhere, because we're going to flip them over now. You get to see at the same time I get to see. So here we go. That's a little bit different, isn't it? I think that looks pretty good. Obviously, little edges and that going to be trimmed off yet, but that'll be done tomorrow. Hole for the light's going to be cut out. We've got to have a hose for them. Some visors, and there's a couple of hose elsewhere. I'm going to work out where they are as well, but we'll let that glue overnight. I think that's a vast improvement, don't you? Tell me down below what you reckon. Is it better? Are you going to have a go now? What do you think you want to do? Tell me what you're going to do, right? And if you've enjoyed this so far, give us a thumbs up, eh? And if you want to see me doing more stuff, you know, updating my vans and just attempting things, you know, subscribe to the channel. There's other stuff as well. We're going to be off to Indonesia for a couple of months in 10 weeks, I think it is. So then it won't be so much van stuff, it'll be more travelling around in that with backpacks. But, you know, it's all us doing what we want to do, and if you like what we're doing, you know, subscribe and come along for the ride. But this, I am really, really quite pleased with. Right, here we are, the next day, and it's not looking too bad, is it? There's one little crease there. Not sure what we can do about that, but I'm not going to panic too much. The next thing really is to sort of cut the hose out, so I'm going to get on with that now. There will be a few things I'm going to have to just check up on, because there's a few mounting points that got to be checked. So I do want to go to the top and cut before I know what I'm doing. Nice sharp blade always when you're doing stuff like this. It just makes your life so much easier. I just put a brand new blade in this before I started. And we'll just put little nicks going back to the corner a bit. Not completely back. It's just where we want it, the material to fold easier. And we put the light unit back in. Just as you can see there, I mean that might even, no it won't because there's no glue there, but we're not too worried about it gluing, although I probably will just lay a little bit of glue there just to make that better. Now the circles where these here, I'm just going to do like lines like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm just going to get one of the blinds just to have a look at it. You can see there, there's like quite a big piece that goes through and they mount into the roof. So pretty much that looks like that can all come out. So we'll be very careful how we do it. So that's changed my plan straight away, isn't it? And watch your finger, if you're holding this, watch your finger on the other side, because believe me, your skin cuts so quickly and blood will ruin the material and then have to start again. Get it so far, you should be able to grip it from above, hoping it will help me cut it. That should enable. I won't bore you and do all of them while you're watching, but you get the gist now. So I'll just cut out a little hole and that will enable the blind to push through. So I'll do it on all four now. And then on the edges, we've got mounts on one side, and on the passenger side, we do have a handle. So we've got holes there that go come through as well. But then we've got three pop rivets, pop clips to come through, and that will enable the blinds to go back in. Okay, so that's the hose done, and they will push through because the material is quite thin and it's foamy, so I'm quite happy with just making a hose through. That will come through all right. Now the other thing is just to trim off these little excess bits we got in certain places. Remember, I glued it last night, but I said I would leave it until today till it's gone off. So I'm just going to go around and just gently trim off little bits of excess. And I think, apart from the poppers for the blinds, this is finished now. So we're just going to reinstall it. I'll just do the trimming and then we'll it's moving on to the A-pillars, which have got to be done in place unless I take the entire dash out, which is a bit of a pain. But we can do it. There we are, all ready to be installed. I think it looks good. Right, back onto the van. And the next thing is the A-pillars, and I'm going to have to mask up all around the A-pillars to do it. So I'm going to go and get some wallpaper or something now to make sure I don't get any glue on anything else apart from the A-pillars. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the bottoms here. I think I'm going to pop out the speaker pods. I've got that grill off. I'll do the same on the other side. Not that it makes, well, it does make a little bit of a difference there, doesn't it? And I'm gonna just have to see how I can get on with it, really. We'll take off the clips, obviously, and see how we get on. Right, I've got to prepare these panels as well for where the studs go back to. So I'll put little markers there, and I'm just going to trim off. Obviously it's raised a little bit there, and I want it to be flat. And I've also got this issue as well. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do there. I might cut little holes and put washers inside so that they pull down inside. So we'll work that out as we go along, but yeah, you will see what we do in the end. I don't know if removing the rubber is going to make it any easier. I really don't. But we'll do it. Same again, we're just going to trim little burrs off the top. can see where the blind's been mounted many times. We just have to be very, very careful when we put that back in. And you can see they just slide in at the front and pop down at the back, so they're quite easy to remove. Not that I think that's going to give me much more room to work with, but I think I'll be able to push the material down in there. I do even wonder whether I start at the bottom and work up. It might be easier because then I can put tension on that. It's a bit rough there still, so I'm going to have to sort that out. Yeah, so that's what I think I'll do. We've got to mask it up next. I'll pop that one off and then we'll mask it up. So we've masked it off, and I found wallpaper to be quite heavy, and I've had to use gaffer tape to do it with. So I had to search around, and the packing paper from an Amazon delivery seems to be quite good for masking. Now, I'm a bit concerned down here how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to have to use my cardboard like I do when I'm doing other bits and pieces. Can you see that light coming in down there? And I may have to paint a little bit of glue in. It's just all looks a little bit, I don't know. Well, I'm going to go for it. I'm now going to offer a bit of material up and see if I need to trim it down a little bit before I start. I don't want to be using too big a piece. So let's see how we get on. Well, here we go. And how scary is this? There's just no way like just doing it. Once we put the glue on, I think we'll take the masking off then. It'll be easier to work with. Oh, here comes the wind. Why is it whenever you're doing anything that you don't want the wind, it suddenly picks up? It's beautiful all day. If you're spraying something, you know, if you go to spray paint something outside, and it just pick up the minute you just pick up. That's how to do it. Right, but be very careful here because it's going to get, you're going to get yourself out of a mess. And wait, every time I put a spray, the wind picks up. Right, I think that's going to be good enough. I think it's going to have to come out. And I've got glue in the wrong place. Hopefully that's in the way. Only problem with gaffer tape, it hangs on to everything as well when you don't want it to. And we're back. Now we're only going to get one shot of this, and I'm really quite concerned how I'm going to do it. So shut up, kid. Fold him in half, I think. hopefully that's enough to go round. No, it's not. Just have to pile off. Shit. Oh, here comes the wind. I told you, didn't I? I told you. Right. If I wanted to fly a kite, the wind wouldn't blow. To about there. Oh, that was a horn. This would be so much easier to do if I could do it out of the van. Right. But so far that's looking okay. I think we're going to have to start trimming. I think we need something to start pushing it in down there. Well, I wonder what this will look like when it's finished. I suppose the good thing is, when I'm doing the other side, I can close this door and the wind will be on me. So this is probably the harder side. I think that's going to look quite nice with this. Oh, bloody horn! Got a lot of material to get rid of, haven't we? Do we? I suppose if we were to sort of take out that would give us an easier bit to work with. And there's our recesses I was saying about when we're going to put a hole through them. No, we're going to do it. There'll be another one there. But let's get the material on first and worry about that second. Now don't tell Vay, I've just gone and nicked her dressmaking scissors. See what they're like. Oh, that's a bit different, isn't it? Good thing is now, when you've got less material to work with, it starts making life a little bit easier. Come down there. No swearing because you're on film. Thank you very much.
See me. I come around the other side.
Come round the other side, yeah. Go behind the camera.
Oh, very nice.
It's not the easiest thing to do, I'll tell you.
I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
Like a challenge, Mark.
Oh, well, yeah. But when you look at that, and then look at that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, and when the roof lining's in and everything,
Yeah.
I think it's going to...
Yeah, carries it up round.
Yeah, and we'll carry it on through. We'll have to order some more material, but...
Yeah. Well, there's a fair bit in the back that I'd like to get done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just softens it up a little bit and makes it feel a bit cozier.
Yeah. Right, we're getting there. The biggest issue I'm finding is the material is pulling when you put a screw in, it pulls through. That one I've just done lightly. So I have an idea. I'm going to see if I can get some tapered Allen bolts. So, taper. I'm going to see if I can get some Allen bolts, put some big washers, but the Allen bolts will have to be a tapered thread, and it will look purposeful then in the free place, and that will pull it in. Now I've got a little tiny bit of creasing down here as well. It's nothing major, but I think it looks better. What do you guys think? I'll have to wait and see what it looks like all when it's all. I mean, when you look at that to that, it does look better, doesn't it? I've just got to sort something out for this. It just make it look tidier, but purposeful as well. I am going to make a break now because it's the last day of the football season, and some of you who know me know I'm a big Arsenal fan, and there's still a very faint possibility that we may do it. I don't know, but if you don't believe, it won't happen, will it? So I'm going to go and watch that now, and then we'll come back and we'll carry on. So if I'm a bit like, you know, afterwards when you see me next time, you know it didn't happen. Anyway, not to worry, because I know a lot of you don't like football. But some of you do. I bet you some of you are Man City fans and you're going to be absolutely ecstatic. But that's where we are at the moment, so, and it's coming along nicely. Dub's in the middle in a few days, so I've got to put my finger out. Well, after the match, we didn't do it. Always next year. Anyway, congratulations to Man City fans, alright? Yeah, fair sport and all that. Anyway, let's get on with the job. So I've just put the masking around here, and I'm now going to apply glue, just like we did on the other side, and then we'll get the piece of material and apply it again. So hopefully not too long and we'll have both sides done. I've got to do something about the way it screws in. I do think I want to put long Allen bolts in, self-tapping Allen bolts. I think with penny washers, I think that would look relatively nice. Purposeful maybe. I don't know if there's any other way of doing it. Although I do remember I bought something for the caddy a while back. That might do it as well. So I'm going to go and have a look in the garage and see if I can find that. But first of all, we'll get on with this, and I'll come back to you about that later. I found these little countersunk washers, I suppose they are. I think I need silver screws in them, but for the minute we use the ones I had. But they fix it in nicely, and I think they love the part as well, don't they? I can buy different ones. I think I got them on AliExpress. If I come in this so you can see a bit closer, the sun's quite bright, so I don't know if you can. Well, good morning, and we're back on it. Last night, the memory card ran out, so I don't know if I actually got to say it or not. But we've put the two A-pillars in, and I've used these nice little clips. I don't know what you call them really. I bought them when I was doing the caddy and never used them. They're like penny washers with countersunks in them. But they're quite tidy, and as V pointed out, they actually match in with the seats, the red on the seats, so I was a bit concerned about using red. I will change the screws inside. It was the only screws I had at the moment. They're obviously like brassy coloured ones, but I will use chrome ones. I think that'll just look a little bit tidier, but I'm not going to panic about that at the moment. There's more important things to do. The cable for the next video, for the next project, the DAB, we're going to put an Android stereo head unit in here. I've ran that cable up while I was doing it, so that's all set up there. You can see that waiting. So now it's a case of finding the hose for the studs, which is going to be no mean feat at all. And once we've done that, then we're going to put the headlining in and really firing on all cylinders. I'm hoping today we're going to finish it all. Fingers crossed. We got poppers that got to go. Well, there's one there, but it's going to be moved up to there, about there, and about there. And because of that, it's just going into this fiberboard, and it's not very strong. So I'm going to put some bits of hardboard in behind before I put everything back properly, and just glue them into place in behind, and hopefully that's going to make it a lot stronger. And that'll be a better solution. We'll find out. Anyway, just going to cut them up now. Just a bit of 5mm ply. And there you can see I've just marked them off. And we'll cut them up. And hopefully that'll just make everything a little tiny bit stronger. And here we have, this is the headlining, all installed. Complete with A-pillars. And I think you have to agree that is such an improvement. I think that looks absolutely brilliant, if I do say for myself. You know, we've got little tiny creases in places, but as an older van, in the struggles I had to do this, I'm really quite happy with it. So if you've enjoyed this video and it's given you a bit of enthusiasm to do it yourself, please give it a like. And if you want to see me doing more bits and pieces to cars, vans and all sorts of things, even the travelling we do, consider subscribing to the channel. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video, guys. Look after yourselves. See you later.